Hello vlog, it is Monday, it is the 8th of June and we are on day 8 of my book a day in June reading challenge and I am reading book 9. I managed to claw my way back to being one book ahead. I'm so pleased. We Are the Dead really messed everything up last week. Last time we spoke I was picking up Eldest to finish it, or I just finished Eldest. One or the other. Anyway, that's done. Finished, done, back on the shelf. This shelf is now looking much more full. Then yesterday afternoon I finished Page by Tamora Pierce, which I will waft at you so that you can see it. Yes, it was so good. I loved it. I think it probably, at the moment, of the two I've read, I like that one more. I'll be honest, it's because it had a dog in it. I think that was probably the only reason. Really loving that series, excited to go on to the later books and hopefully she ages up a bit more because she's still 11 at the moment and it's, well, I think she's probably 12 or 13 by the time this book ends, but it's just some things you're just like, maybe age her up before you do this bit. And then today I'm reading book 9, which is Send and Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. And I've just watched Justine over I Should Read That's wrap up, and she brings it up in there and she talks about how the women are all really kind of replaceable in this book and they don't really feature. And so I'm reading it kind of with that eye, and I have some thoughts on it, but I'm going to wait till I'm done because I'm only about a third of the way through at this point. But yeah, that's what I'm reading at the moment. I did get some book mail on Friday that I didn't talk about, so I'm going to talk about it now. I got these shipped from work and then the day after another book came to work. So first I have the copy of The Bone Shard Daughter that I said was there that I couldn't access. I'm so happy to have this. I think I am going to pre-order. I think it would still be pre-ordering. I don't think this is out yet. A hardback copy because I love the actual cover so much. I will put the actual cover on screen, and I really enjoyed this book, but it's really lovely to have the proof copy, and if I want to reread it or refer to anything back before I write my review, I've got that. That's good. So that didn't actually add to my TBR. The one book that did was Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow, who wrote 10,000 Doors of January, which came out last year. And what's really exciting about this is, I will put a picture up on the screen again, but my name's in the inside back cover. It's right here. Yeah, they used a quote from my review and I'm just it's really happy making and chuffed and nice. I did enjoy 10,000 Doors of January, for full transparency. I enjoyed it. I wasn't as crazy about it as some other people were. I'm a bit trepidatious about this. I think my experience of books about Salem witches very specifically was slightly ruined by Sanctuary. Not certain I'm gonna love this, but completely willing to let myself love it. I really, really like the cover, and I like the idea, and that whole there's no such thing as witches but there will be, which seems to be the tagline for this, looks like it could be interesting. But that's not out till October, and I'm gonna get to it probably next month, I would think. I'm gonna get on with my day. I should tell you about Ship of Magic before I do that though. I think I have like 9 hours left on Ship of Magic. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know where it's gonna go from here, and I'm definitely gonna have to jump straight into Ship of Destiny. I'm okay with it, it's fine. Right. Hello, it is Tuesday, it is the 9th, I think. I'm miserable because Muggins here spilt water on her laptop yesterday. I'm in the you have to wait for it to dry out before you know how broken it is phase, and I'm not very good at that phase. I'm just feeling kind of cross with myself about it. I have quite a lot of reading updates actually. I finished Mad Ship yesterday, and I actually overall really enjoyed it. I thought it was much stronger than Ship of Magic and just much less completely miserable. I don't know what it is about that first book. I really like the characters. Malta grew on me a lot. She annoyed me for most of the book, let's not be silly, but she grew on me. While I knew the plot twist, because I had read Dragon Keeper, it does not make a difference on how impactful it is because the characters don't know, and I really appreciate dramatic irony, so I like knowing things that characters don't, so that was good. I enjoyed it greatly. The audiobook was really, really good. I don't think I would have enjoyed it if I didn't listen to it as fast as I do, but I think that's to do with my thing about time. As you can tell, not a patient woman, not patient at all. So that's done, and I have got Ship of Destiny on deck to start when I next feel like picking up an audiobook, which I think I'm going to give myself a break today and just have some music today. This morning, as in 5 minutes ago, I finished Send and Ascends. So obviously I read this with Justine's criticism in mind of the women are very kind of replaceable in this book, and she's not wrong. What bothered me is that when I was first reading it I thought, okay, yes, these are very replaceable women, but all the characters are replaceable that Senlin meets. That's kind of clearly the point, is that he's going through these different ringdoms, going up the tower, and everyone is kind of like just with him for that one moment, and we're just following him through this series of events. But then characters started coming back and I was like, oh, okay, so it is just the women. who are replaceable, and then some of the women do come back, but it's and then who the women are in the book is so important. So we have most of them are prostitutes. The vast majority of women in this book are prostitutes. Another woman who for most of the book she exists as a reminder to Senlin that he can mess up and somebody else can be in pain. She gets better towards the end, but most of the book is that. And then we have a prostitute who exists to be kidnapped. It's not particularly sex worker positive, so she's someone to be rescued. And we have she's described as Amazonian several times, so a tall, strong woman who exists so that Senlin can teach her to read and get her on side, so like he can bestow wisdom upon her. And then the other kind of female character who we don't really see but does exist is his wife Maria, who is the driving force of the book. She exists for Senlin to have plot, which is never a great thing for a female character to be, but she's also just the most manic pixie dream girl that ever could be, and I was really frustrated by it. She was so strange in the village and nobody got on with her, but Senlin married her because he saw her value, and she played the piano like she didn't even care, and it's just there like, alright, but she's also a human woman who's lost in a tower, and all of this reminiscing is so pointless. And what I hope it does, and what I would hope it would do, is then flip that on its head in a later book and go, actually, here is everything from Maria's perspective, and she was doing great the whole time, and she realised that she was stuck in a small town and she doesn't want to go back, and Senlin is no longer her destiny, or something like that. That would be really good. I don't think it will, because at the moment she's just such a perfect, wonderful, weird wife. Not entirely sold. To be fair, I haven't looked up what the second and third books are, but based on how Senlin Ascends ended, I assume it's just following Senlin some more. I think the world is really interesting. I think it's such a diverse slew of inspirations, so I went in thinking, okay, there's Dante's Inferno happening here, but actually there's a whole host of other influences coming in, and that's really interesting. Just weird treatment of women, just a really strange use of character to bring in people and kick people out again. It's odd. But when last night disaster struck, I didn't want to keep reading the book that was annoying me, so I picked up a book that I knew was going to bring me joy. I picked up Squire by Tamora Pierce because I'm enjoying this quartet. I forgot the word for 4 books. So I'm on chapter 6, about 85 pages in, and I'm just loving this. I don't think I need to say anything else. I'm just really loving it, and she's getting to do even more now, and she's 14 now, so we're getting close to things feeling mildly alright. No, I'm really loving it. It's good fun, and I'm excited to keep reading it and then read Lady Night when next I do something stupid. I better get to work, thankfully, and it is really thankful I have a work laptop, so I'm not just scuppered for the next week. Whew. It is a different day. I'm just wearing the same cardigan because it's cold and the weather is manky. Reading updates. Finished Squire yesterday, so I'm on book, I think I'm still 1 day ahead. It's the 10th day. I think this was book 11. Let's say it. Let's say that's what it was. I really love this. I'm really enjoying this quartet. This is the first one I've read physically, which is fun, but frustrating because now I kind of want to go back and own them all so I can make a ridiculous Tamora Pierce shelf. Maybe one day in the future. I really, really love this. I'm trying to think of the 3 quartets that I've read so far, which one's my favourite, and this is kind of taking it. I really, really like the whole everything that's happening. I'm really enjoying it, and it's a nice progression, and it's just good. And if you were looking for something to replace Harry Potter in your life, I would really suggest Tamora Pierce. Then I haven't done any more reading, but I'm going to start Storm Chaser by Paul Stewart and Chris Riddell. I'm really looking forward to picking this up again. It's going to be nice and quick. It's going to be really lovely. I'm really looking forward to it. It was a toss-up. It was the random number generator thing where it picked like a book I'd already read. So it was either this or Beyond a Darkened Shore. I'm just not in an emotional state for YA at the present moment in time. So I'm sticking with my middle grade for this little moment. Not much else happening, to be honest. As yet, unknown whether the laptop has survived, leaving it for another 12 hours or so. And then we will see if I have to put all of my money into fixing my laptop or not. I don't know what day of the week it is. Is it Thursday? I'm gonna say it's Thursday. I'm gonna believe my phone, even though it really doesn't feel like it. Hey, it's Thursday. I've got to water my plant now. I'm quite glad I have this reminder because it really doesn't feel like a Thursday. Anyway, hello, how are you doing? I am alright. I have a baby reading update for you. I spent most of yesterday in bed trying to recover from some pain. It wasn't fun, but what can you do? I finished... Would I put it back? I finished Storm Chaser. I really love this. I think if you're doing a reread, ooh, I think if you're doing a reread of the Edge Chronicles, I would read Winter Nights first, which I did a couple of months ago, because I think you get a lot more out of it knowing kind of the backstory. I think that's really, really satisfying. And then the next book I'm going to pick up, I meant to start it yesterday, but then I was asleep. I have Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. I've taken the dust jacket off this because I just prefer reading without a dust jacket, and it has like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Focus on this, not on me. No, not on me. I don't think this is going to take very long. It's pretty hefty font in a not too big hardback. I'm looking forward to this, and I will let you know when I finish it. I was going to wait till my hair dried to film, but then I realised we would be here all the live long day. Hello, it is Friday. Welcome to the end of the week. I have a little bit of a reading update, or quite a big reading update to be honest. I finished Warrior of the Wild yesterday. Had about the same feeling as I had with Daughter of the... I'm really low down. Daughter of the Pirate King, in that it's good stuff, it's just really light, and I think that's partly the length of the book. As you can see, it's not very long, there's not a lot of space to go deep, and yeah, it's kind of YA romance with a fantasy lean. There's not a huge amount of like actual fantasy in it, so if you're looking for a magic book, less so that. I think it kind of beats you over the head a bit with the you can be a warrior but not sacrifice your femininity, which is entirely true and a lovely moral, but I didn't need to be told it quite so many times, quite so in your face. It was very much a tell don't show kind of story, but I did like elements of it. I liked how the main villain plot kind of played out. The romance is sweet and, you know, takes its time getting there. It's inevitable, but it takes its time getting there. There's gay representation, which is nice. I liked the ideas a lot in this. I think if it had been twice as long, you could have done a lot more with it, which is obvious, but also maybe I would have appreciated that. No, I'm gonna hang on to it because I think it'll be good on a reread. I read another book. Then I read The Gorgon's Gaze by Julia Ember, which is replacing my reread of Secret of the Sirens because I've read it fairly recently, and also it was 99p on Kindle. I really, really enjoyed that actually. It was really quick, obviously, I read it yesterday, but the story's really lovely. It still has that environmental lean, but I think because it's pitched younger, it doesn't feel like Maximum Ride felt, where you're like, okay, we get it, you care about the environment. It's more like, this is a genuinely nice thing that probably would have inspired me when I was younger, and did in fact inspire me when I was younger, so that's nice. Mythical creatures, I just still love it. I'm really excited to read the other two. I'm looking forward to that greatly. I don't know when that will happen. It may have to wait till they're on sale on Kindle again. I don't know. So that was book 14 of the month, I think. I haven't started it yet, but book 15 is in fact Lady Night, which I'm looking forward to so much. I'm kind of sad it will be over because I don't know how excited I am for everything else on my TBR. This is what the random number generator picked, so, you know, can't argue with that, and I'm looking forward to it. This is longer than all the others. They get kind of progressively a little bit bigger, so this is the one that's the first one that kind of feels like a full-length book, which is interesting. So I'm gonna try and finish this today. I am ahead though, quite significantly ahead now. This is book 15 and we're on day 12, I think. Keeping ahead, and that's kind of my aim, is to keep going with that. I also have sewing things to show you, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because I want to see how far I can get today. But I also have to edit, and there's so much to do. Goodbye. But this was what the random number generator, I still can't say it. Hello, it is Saturday, as you will have seen from those vlog clips. I got pretty quite far on that dress. It's still not finished, which is why I'm not wearing it the rest of the day. It's like wearable and finished as a garment, it just needs the inside seams finishing because it's linen, and otherwise it's gonna fray all over the place and just be unwearable after I wash it the first time. That's still to do, but I wanted to show you what it was to prove that I actually finished one of the projects, or at least semi-finished one of the projects I said I was gonna do. Will I ever show you the skirt again? I haven't got any reading updates for you. I didn't read anything yesterday because I was mostly editing. I've got Monday's video filmed and edited because I'm amazing. And I basically just need to close out the vlog because, alas, my laptop did not survive. Basically, the battery's gone and we don't know what else has gone, but the battery is the pressing concern. So that's going in for repair on Monday. So I am editing on Katie's laptop, which is actually a better laptop than my laptop, but it doesn't have all of my stuff stuff on it, and it's my stuff that I really need. And you know, it's always weird editing on someone else's stuff. It's like when you're using someone else's phone and you're just like, I don't know where your stuff is. This was my starting TBR number, this was my finishing TBR number. Everything's very exciting. We're actually reading it down. It's great, it's good. I'm gonna keep working on Lady Night today. I also need to do a whole bunch of cleaning because every time I do a sewing project I just make mess. So this room is getting cleaned today, so I might listen to a bit of Ship of Destiny to start that going, because I need to get back into that, or it's going to end up being the last book to finish, and I don't want that to happen because audiobooks are so hard to like binge for me. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope that you've had a good week. Comment below, let me know what you read last week by the time you're watching this, and if any of it was any good, and if any of it I should read. You can also subscribe, it makes me feel loved and appreciated, and I will see you in the next one, which is tomorrow.